You want to close it?
Yeah.
Okay. Push it this way. Nope. Yeah, we picked these up by Topeka on Saturday. Made my dad go with me, and they are the chillest bison I've ever been around. They loaded up very easy, and they unloaded very easy, and they already come up to me when I come out here and give them cubes, and it's day 3. So they are awesome. We're really happy to have them.
Are these all bulls?
No, we got 2 mamas right here, and they're little babies if they like to. There we go. Some red dogs they had already. And then we got a guy, I don't think he's quite 2 years old yet.
It's still all babies?
No, they're not all babies, just 2. But I think he's around 20 months or so. But yeah, it's a cute little, and the red dogs are 2 little bull calves. So
I don't see any horns.
they're little nubs right now. See those little dots on them?
Yeah.
Those are their horns. They haven't grown yet.
Why do we call them red? Do they eat hay?
They eat a little bit of hay, but they mostly drink their mama's milk.
Why?
Because that's what's good for them.
Why did you get one, Daddy?
What?
Why did you get one, Daddy?
He's a meat bull. He's part of the meat program.
I want to see all the bison.
All right, let's go see the other bison. Oh, good job.
Look.
48's a good bull. I actually got him from Dusty with Cross Timbers, and he's more than likely going to be a meat bull for us. That was the purpose of him, but I still really like him. He's got a nice tall frame on him, and his back end's finally starting to fill out since he came here. So I don't know. I'm still kicking it around. I almost want to use him as a backup bull.
How old is he?
I want to say around 4.
Daddy,
So, you know,
He's fairly tall.
he is fairly tall. He's taller than our main herd bull, Billy. So
I want to take another picture.
How old is Billy?
Billy's also, I believe, 4 or 5.
So how many calves are you expecting right now?
4. I think only one cow's either late out of cycle or she just didn't get pregnant this year. So, no, yeah, you got to do it too now, huh?
She's just laying down. Why are they rolling in dirt?
That's what they like to do. It gets flies off of them, and they do it for lots of different reasons.
So you have these 2 bulls, and then are the rest females?
No, actually not right now. We do have 3 other bulls. The green tags, who I also got from a guy in Kansas. They're a part of our meat program as well. So 85 green tag, 90 green tag, and that muddy green tag. I think it's 83 or I think so.
How do you press that?
They're part of, I call them the Fern 5, which now it's the Fern 3. One late little bull calf right there. He's just cool looking.
He is.
He's like, you know, you ever seen like a 4-year-old boy that also looks like he's 40 years old? Like, that's what I feel like that little bull calf is. He's got like an old man face, minus the size of the horns and stuff. He's just cool looking. He's already got a real nice beard on him, or goatee. Oh man. Obviously, we're in it for a meat business. Any female calves we have will be used for breeding until we get to around 20, around 20 females, and then we'll see how we're doing with our grass and if we have a lot of this other land opened up for them. But eventually, from then on, I think we can get up to 30 to 40 females for breeding, and then from then on, all the cows will be used for meat. Violet, what's our horse's name? Blondie. Do you remember why you wanted to name her Blondie?
She's hair blonde.
Because her hair is blonde, and Mommy's blonde, and you're blonde, and June is blonde. We've been out here on this property for a month now. She was over there on a little 2.5 acres, and now she's got close to, I think, 8 or 10 acres in this spot right here. So this is this barn. Everything on the property pretty much was already here. This is a massive barn. We're still getting organized. Need some lights and better lights in here, but huge barn, racks. They left the racks for us so we can. I parked my work trailer in here. I got a mower I need to rewire, tractor, compost spreader, all sorts of stuff, and there's still a whole bunch of room. This is where we run our meat business, so we're about to get ready for farmers market season. That's about to ramp up on Thursday. So obviously freezers and all that. Eventually would like to put a nice walk-in down at the end down there so we can have a lot more space. So
you could line this whole side with freezers. You got.
I could have a bunch of freezers. Yeah, I probably need to put a little bit bigger breaker box if I do that. But yeah, whole bunch of freezers or a big walk-in at the end. So eventually we'll get there. That's usually the one we take to the farmers markets. I can load that up by myself in the back of our pickup, and we can use these little black trays. We can get quite a bit of meat in there. This one, I keep all my ground and patties in here. Obviously running a little low. Business has been pretty good. Got roasts and ribs and kind of all those specialty cuts in there. And then right here, really empty, is typically all my steaks. Got some organs at the bottom and on the door. Eye around roast and some tri-tips.
How many farmers markets are you going to?
We're doing 2 this year on Thursday nights. We're doing Minko Farmers Market, which is just like 5 minutes to the west, and then our main one on Saturdays is Wild Horse Farmers Market in Mustang, Oklahoma. You want to snake wrangling one real quick?
Sure. You found one?
My brother-in-law did on his front porch, and he hates snakes. Yeah, so that was on the original 58 that we got. It's all of that down there.
How many acres total now then?
Now we're at 116.
It's in the corner.
This corner?
No, over there. It was under the gray thing, and I got on the brick ledge.
Wow.
And then it slithered over there, and I was like, yeah, I'm not even gonna try.
What is that, a bull snake?
Yeah, I think so.
He's gonna corner you.
He is. Dude's mad. Like, just go up and go in that crack right there. There you go. Keep going. There you go. One more. One more. There you go. Did y'all ever name the girl? Ginger? Yeah, so this is Tex and Ginger. And got a couple longhorns to basically eat this down so that we don't have to cut it all the time. if you know anything about longhorns, they can survive on pretty much anything. So,
Daddy, can we give him food?
and they're cool looking, and their meat is really lean. So whenever they have calves, we'll kind of split it among the family. He swung his horn at me.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Oh, dude. Yeah, there's some nasty storms out west right now. So, what else came with the property was 33 chickens, I believe. Two roosters and 31 hens or something like that. So, nice big chicken coop right here. It's very filthy. We need to clean it, but that's where they go at night. They're trained to go in at sunset. Come out here every morning, give them some scratch and some good feed, and this used to be a horse, kind of a thoroughbred horse ranch. So lots of pens, lots of stalls, and like I said, this was already all set up when we got it. Eventually, you would like to board some horses here, and we have a good friend who's willing to help, and
What does board horses mean?
and it's like a horsey hotel, and those are their rooms. So we'll get them all cleaned out and looking nice, and we need to power wash this whole thing, and yeah, but we'll get it there. We'll get it looking nice and start advertising it. And
Daddy, I want
How many stalls is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
we can get 9, so we do have more framing for 9 pins. So here's a whole bunch of outside stalls too. So don't know if we're gonna keep all this up or not yet. We just need to learn more about it and see what kind of people's preference are. So, but definitely set up nice. And
Nice round pin over here.
yep, that is a big, beautiful round pen for working, and the guy said he drove each of those posts 4 feet into the ground. So I don't think that thing's going anywhere anytime soon.
Now, do you all prefer working your bison with horses or ATVs?
Haven't got there yet. So right now, I guess I would say ATVs, but eventually I would love to, once I get Blondie worked a lot more and much more comfortable, I think I'll use her just to rotate the bison. I don't know if I'll necessarily get in a pen with them on her, but to at least use her to rotate the bison to new pastures. We haven't worked them on site yet. We're still in the process of getting our handling facility built. We'll go over there in a little bit, but I'm contemplating doing once a year, and just doing calves and yearlings, and kind of wanting to see if the bison can kind of build up their own immunity like they used to. We're trying to do things holistically out here. So, and then we're gonna do once a month worming and parasite testing to see if we need to worm.
What do you mean by holistically?
So holistically, you manage everything based on the whole, and you're trying to do things as naturally as possible. We don't spray our land, we don't fertilize it. We're trying to build the organic matter in our soil. For every percentage of organic matter that you build, I believe it's 20,000 gallons more water your soil can hold per acre, per percentage of organic matter in your soil. So that's what we're trying to do. We're going to be saving compost, we're going to be wood chipping, we're going to be putting it all back in the ground, and trying to really let this grass and soil be as healthy as possible.
What type of fencing do you have?
So on the western edge, all this was already built, or that fence was already all built. It's 5-foot high oil-filled pipe fence with just 2-strand horse wire. We added 3 strands of hot wire to it. Everything else is 5-strand barbed wire. We did some straightening and tightening, and then also added 3 strands of hot wire to it that come off at 6 inches or so. And so far it's done great. They haven't tried to get out at all. I think this dark mom right here, Luna, I think she's the only one that's not pregnant, and or she's just late out of cycle. But Cece, I'll roll around to her. Cece looks like she's about to pop. That lady right there, she's gonna be a new mom, but I think she's gonna be the first to go. Luna over there, Tilly right here. We saw Maybelle, and our other female is Molly. And she scares me. Molly has ran at me twice, and I do not leave the vehicle or the Ranger anymore because of Molly. She really scares me. But she's also the only cow that's ever ate out of my hand, so who knows. They're all awesome. I've been very, very happy with all the bison we have. They all seem to have good conformation. They're in good condition. They're molting nicely, which is a sign of health, and yeah, they're looking good.
So what made you get into this?
Well, in 2020, me and our two girls and my wife, we were riding around, and I saw a big herd that's about 20 miles from here out by Blanchard, and I just told my wife, I was like, this is awesome. This is what I want to do when I retire. And but I couldn't get it out of my head. I decided then I'd love to try to be successful in this line of work. I've always kind of wanted to be a rancher, and I love outdoor work, and I love hard work, and I love the lifestyle of ranching, what it teaches your kids, and the values that they learn on a ranch. And hi, Cece. She always acts like she's the sweetest, but she'll never work up the courage to get much closer. But yeah, it's I think there's a growing demand for bison meat, and I wanted to help this animal. Wanted to raise the numbers of this animal, and you do that by eating more meat of the bison, and that helps producers like us get more animals and get more land and get more animals and all that sort of thing. It's a nice cycle, and they provide tremendously healthy meat to people, and they each all have their own little personalities, and they are a lot of fun to be around. You definitely got to respect them, though. They're very powerful. Hey, Billy. Let's get back. Come on, let's get back. He's wondering if we got food, and he's gonna get annoyed when he realizes we don't. You gotta respect them, okay? You're a good boy. Hi, Cece. Oh, there's Stella, our lone little heifer calf. They're yearling now.
Why did you name her Stella?
Stella.
Why?
Because oh yeah, that's a good piece. What is that, Violet?
A bison.
Bison hair shedding their winter coat. Nice big piece.
Are you keeping that?
I'll probably hang it somewhere outside just because I like them.
What's your favorite thing about raising bison?
Being around them. I mean, it's just, I could sit out here for hours and just watch them, and you get to know their personalities, and I get some people who are like, how can you name them off so quick? And it's just like humans. You see their face and their features, and you know exactly who is who and how they act, and I just love being around them, and then I love providing healthy meat to people. Like I said, it makes us feel better that we don't spray or fertilize, and that our feed blend doesn't contain any corn or soy. So we give ours beet pulp, peas, alfalfa pellets, and oats, and it's turning out a really good product for us. Nice dark red meat, That's the perfect balance of, there's obviously not a whole lot of fat on bison, but it does give a little bit to it, and it's producing a really good product right now that we're pretty happy with. So, and then in the winter they're supplemented with hay and alfalfa cubes. So, and then we give about once a week, we come out here and give them alfalfa cubes as treats. They love them. And apples. We get a bunch of free fruit from some good friends of ours, and they, I mean, like by the trailer load. So we'll come out here and give them lots of apples, and they like the sweet fruits definitely a lot. So apples and kiwis and those sort of things. Melons. Go check that out on my YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. There's some little short videos of them eating apples and kiwis and stuff. I get a lot of comments about it. It's pretty funny.
So around the ranch, there's always problems you have to solve. And one of those problems that I haven't figured out yet is being multiple places at one time. So thankfully, the guys over at Reolink saw my problem. They sent me this wireless security camera that will hopefully solve my problem. Be prepared. Let's find out. This security camera will operate outdoors, and it is wireless. It requires a SIM card that you'll put into this, and you can put it anywhere. We purchased this SIM card off of Amazon. We'll pull out the smallest SIM card out of that, then we'll insert it into the back of this camera. The power's on and the red light is on.
Network connection succeeded.
There we go. Open the app. Now there we go. Fully operational, connected to the phone. Let's go figure out where we want to put it. I could put it on Rosie. I could put it on the chickens. Now the really cool thing about this camera is it is 100% wireless and it's solar powered. So I could put it on the buffalo. This was a big consideration. This is calving season, and it would be really nice to know what is out in this field and if we are having calves that day. But this year, these guys are just going to be breeding. They're not calving this year. Instead, I think we'll put it on the corner of the house. They got this really nice mounting bracket for the solar panel. Looks like we need to clean the gutters too. And just like that, it's on. Now I can just get into the app and move it wherever I need to. Well, that worked out great. This is called the Reolink Go PT Plus, and then it has the Reolink solar panel on it. That was really simple to install. I will leave a link in the description below where you can find your Reolink camera. One thing I do want to note to you guys is this operates on the AT&T network, so make sure you have service in your area. Thank you to Reolink for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into it.
Nice big wallow spot. There's some kind of mineral right here that they love to wallow in. So this is our east pond. I really like the setup of this pond. There's some nice trees around it. We try to keep it mowed, and there are some really good sized bass in here. I caught around 3 to 3.5 pounder the other day, and my buddy caught a 2.5 pounder. So there's some nice fish in here. It does need some turtle control. There are too many turtles in it, and those can destroy a pond habitat pretty easy. They'll take over and be too invasive. So we do need to do some turtle control in here, but I mean, I can see probably at least 30 little heads poking up right now.
Do these windmills ever bother the bison?
Not at all. As far as I've ever seen, they don't even act like they're there. So the whirring, you get a whirring sound of them, but that's about it. You get used to them. I would prefer them not be here. I'd rather see a nice clean horizon, but there's also a big natural gas plant right there that sometimes they do a burnout on that north stack right there, and that creates a pretty big flame sometimes, and they sound off a loud siren right before they do it and everything. So it's kind of cool to look at, but I would prefer that not be there as well, because it's really bright at night and kind of limits your ability to see the stars a little bit.
I see a flag.
Woo! Sorry, Noah. Yes, this is
Daddy, a flag.
some guys who didn't like to cut their netting off hay bales, and I don't appreciate that. So we're still finding it. A year later, we still find it. The bison will wallow and dig it up, and so whenever we see it, we pull it. It's not like a spring-fed creek, but it's like a runoff creek. So anytime it rains, it flushes all this old water out and gets new water in here. The bison like to cross right here. We did some work with the tractor because we can't get across this except right here. We can't get to this back corner unless we wrap all the way around and open up a gate and take down some electric lines. So I still have to get the tractor over here. I need to smooth out that other end because that gets kind of steep on the four-wheeler. But yeah, this is real nice. It runs, nice little deep gully, and then a massive mound of, I don't know if it started out as a brush pile, but we haven't got to work on this yet, but obviously massive amounts of dead wood just stacked right here. And snake, another snake. Later in the summer, we'll get a lot of those yellow orb weave spiders that will be all throughout these trees. They're harmless, but they're nasty looking, or cool looking, however you look at it. But also some real nice, I guess just wolf spiders or something that like to live in a lot of the dead wood. And so you'll crunch on some dead limbs or something and you'll see a big old spider about that big run out, and I scream like a girl because I do not like spiders. So these things are really awesome if you've already got an existing barbed wire fence and you want to just make a line a little bit higher. These are, they're called a high zap, I believe. If you Google high zap, electric T-post extender, something like that, this will pop up. I think a guy out of Washington or Oregon invented them. The only thing is when you come to your H-brace or end of the line or whatever tier you're gonna put it on, that's where the level needs to be, where you tie it off at. A lot of our problem when we first did it is I had it up on this top rung, but I tied it off at a level down here, and it pulled all these down and made them weak and brittle, and a lot of them have broken. So if you're gonna use these, tie it up top to make it level and don't make the ends drag down. But yeah, they work really well. Deer sometimes knock them down, but
how high do you have to have it for bison?
I mean, you know, I'm only 5'5", so these are only about 5 foot, but you know, I don't know. I've heard stories of them jumping 7 feet, so you could build a fortress and spend a lot of money, or you can manage your land well and just have some good, pretty sturdy fencing with a few strands of hot wire or whatever, and it'll work. But if they have plenty of food and water, they're not going to be looking to get out. So this is our west pond. It's bigger, but the water's a lot more red, and that's just because it's Oklahoma red dirt. And but yeah, it's still good water. They love to, on the south end over there, it's real shallow. They like to get in it and splash around, obviously, especially when it's hot. Not as many turtles in this one, but there still are some. But there are fish too, and the bass, they're actually lighter colored. It's kind of funny. And because the water is darker and has more of that red sediment in it, they don't get tan as much as they do in clearer water.
Really?
Yep, so they don't get that nice dark green that largemouth bass typically do. They're real lighter colored.
Have you all experienced drought since you've been out here?
No, luckily no. The first year of operations we got over 50 inches of rain, and we were very, very thankful for that. And we're a little down this year so far, but you know, it's still in the middle of storm season, and you know, looks like we might get some storms tonight. Y'all can see where we're at. There's our property back there. There's the horse barn we saw. There's the big barn we were in. There's the working pen, and then the house just on the other side of that. So we have a really good view of the whole ranch from right over there, and it's it's been an awesome blessing being able to be out here and not having to split time between the ranch and going
Daddy,
back
look
home.
it. I'm doing it. I'm building the castle.
Oh, yeah, you're playing Tetris. It's not the point of that game. That's cool. So they can view our website, arrowheadbison.com, or you can get on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, all under the username Arrowhead Bison or Arrowhead Bison Ranch.
Cool, cool. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.